Well, hey everybody. As we're coming on to late summer, early fall here in northern Ohio, robbing is starting to become a topic of discussion. And so what we're going to build today is a robber screen to help protect your hive from robbing pressure, whether it's from yellow jackets or other wasp type insects or other honeybees. Sometimes you have a weak hive. It could get robbed out by a strong hive, and it might be your bees robbing your bees. Anyway, this is a quick and simple project you can use with some scrap materials and put it together in just a few minutes. The only tools you'll need would be something to fix the screen on, something to cut the screen. You could use a table saw for all your cuts, or a circular saw, and something to attach the wood together. Let's get started. The first thing we did was we cut it to width, which was 14 3/4, and then we'll take the saw, the table saw, and we're going to set it to somewhere around 2 inches. Doesn't have to be precise. And we're going to rip one 2-inch wide strip. What we've got here is a piece that's about 5 inches wide, and we're going to take that and rip it down into pieces that are frankly the width of the board. This is 13/16, so we're going to rip it 2 pieces for 13/16. Once you have your 2-inch wide pieces cut, make a mark somewhere a couple inches from the end, about 1 inch wide, and we're going to make a dado just using the regular blade. We don't need to put the dado blade on, but you'll run them as a set, and you'll channel your dado, and then you flip them over, and on the opposite end put a mark and do the same thing. Once you have that dado cut, then you will split them in half, so you'll end up with 4 out of the 2, but only having to cut the dados one time. That's the way we're going to do it. Okay, I told you wrong. Only cut 1 set of dados. Don't cut the other set of dados. But other than that, this is what you end up with. And now we'll just split them in half. We'll take whatever looks like roughly half on the table saw and split them. That's what you end up with, is you have opening on the top side, and then on the opposite corner you have an opening on what would be the bottom side. These are your pieces that you cut out earlier, the 5-inch pieces or so. All we need to do now is we need to glue or attach the 4 corners, and so for that I'm probably just going to use my air brad nailer. You can use a regular nail, a screw, really anything that you can get a hold of to put that in there. I'm just going to use a brad nailer because it's pretty simple. The final step then is to take a piece of number 8 hardware cloth and cut it to fit the outside. And we are going to use these little tiny staples because I'm out of 1/2-inch or narrow crown brad staples, and my hand stapler is in my truck, which is in the shop. So we're going to go old school, and we're going to hammer them in by hand, but you put that on the side that's opposite your openings. So there it is, your finished project. Ignore the poorly stapled screen, that hand stapling's for the birds. You could also cut thin strips and staple those down on top of the screen. But the whole idea is you put this on the front of your hive, and the bees that are coming out will come out of their entrance, come to this port, come up, traverse, and come out and go out, and then on the converse they will come back in, traverse, and get back into the hive. Your robber bees or your yellow jackets are going to try to come in the front, and they're going to get stymied by the screen in the wood. So if you have a hive that is under attack for robbing, either by other honeybees or yellow jackets or other predators, this is something that you could knock together in just a few minutes and help keep your hive safe. So thanks for watching. I hope you found this useful. And if you find a button in the lower right section of your screen, please click it and give me a comment.